on, guys? It's Mike Glover with Black Rifle Coffee Company. Today on Pro Tips, we're talking about everyday carry considerations. I know a lot of people carry a lot of stuff on their person. If they're into the EDC world, they might be carrying a little bit too much, but I like to have and not need, right? So when we're talking about everyday carry, I'm not just talking about your fancy pistola on your appendix carry, on your waistband. I'm talking about all the things that you would carry just in case. Remember, my background in special operations, but also as a CIA contractor, changed what we were doing environmentally based on the threat. You could take the same kind of premise and apply it to your world. If you're rolling through the hood in the middle of the night because you're out and about, you shouldn't be on the streets anyway. You should be at home sleeping where you belong. But that would change or dictate what you would everyday carry compared to maybe your routine. Now, there are staples of everyday carry, which I'll go over, which are important to always have on you, but let me just go through it. So if we're talking about my everyday carry, I have this fancy Patagonia bag. This is a fly fishing bag made by Patagonia. Why? Because I don't like mil-spec. I'm already that guy. I got a KIA bracelet on my right arm. I kind of look like that. I got a sleeve. So what I want to do is reduce my signature by fitting into my environment. Fly fishing on the Provo River right here is very common, and having this slung or having this even in this setup right here doesn't raise a lot of alarms. So in utility, this allows me to carry with more capacity. I got the room. So if I unzip this, for example, I have this little guy. A Fieldcraft Frontier, which is our American-made leather sheath with a Cat 7 tourniquet. Why? Because 1 is none, 2 is none. I want to have as many of these as possible because we have extremities, especially if I'm taking care of my family, friends, or even as a responsible citizen, my community. So you can never have enough tourniquets, by the way. So a Cat 7 tourniquet. Also, I'm on this train of, man, don't just think about applying a tourniquet in first aid and trauma. That's the easy part. Think about what you would do after the fact. If I'm rural, doing UTVs, overlanding, remote, I want to have the ability to splint the wound. So you got the rigid immobilization system for extremities. It's just a SAM splint that allows you to immobilize the injury. Then I have the ability to wrap this in a bandage. This is called a Cheeto Gauze Pro that has hemostatin and allows me to, through HemCon, by the way, allows me to apply this to the laceration, the puncture, whatever it may be, on top of applying the tourniquet, but the tourniquet's first. So I have med, more robust med in my bag. Why? Because I got the space. So if I take this little guy off, let's talk about on my person. On my person is the staples of everyday carry, the things I'm not going to deviate from. So in this case, I have a SIG 320X carry. The SIG 320X carry is in my magnet retention holster in and around the appendix carry position. This has a 21 round mag, but you can see it's not deviating off my 32-inch waist because I'm a bigger guy. I can get away with it. So when I have this in everyday carry, in winter apparel or wear, I can carry this. So if you actually look at this little guy and do this, there's no signature required, which is why I'm a big fan of vest. This Carhartt vest takes that little bit of that with a 21 round mag, it kind of gets rid of it, right? So now I'm here. I'm also in a position where I could support and feel and be comfortable knowing I have something that's utility based for everyday carry. Also, I'm not a fan of the systems that put the tourniquet next to the gun attached. Why? Because not everybody's groins are created equal. Like some people are wider, some people are smaller. So I don't like the idea of stuffing a whole bunch of stuff in real estate. Plus, this tourniquet holder, which we make, is super cozy and comfortable, and I might displace it from my waistband depending on what I'm doing. So in this case, I have a TacMed Solutions Soft T Wide inside of this. This allows it to cover the material so it's not held against your body, because if I rotate it this way, that's how it's going to sit. And this is the clip that's on the belt. This is the clip that's on the belt, and it's sprung steel, which means it's flexible but strong. So I have this, I could reach down here, grab this tourniquet, and rip it up and away to be able to treat a wound. I keep a rubber band on there too, just to keep it together, but it's perfectly pushed inside of here and is not going anywhere as I'm doing my everyday activities. Okay, that's super important. Another thing I pay attention to is lights. I don't like lights on guns. I'll probably do a video and pro tips for you talking about that. But I like this Surefire light because it's USB charged, it's flat, and it gives me all the light that I need in different lumens. The idea that more lumens is better, not true. You could use so many lumens, like even 500 plus, that actually blind you from your position. So you're like, aha, I got you. And then you turn it off and you're completely blind for at least 3 to 5 seconds. That's why I like adjustable lumens, and I like this flat Surefire light because it's easily carryable. Is that a word? Carryable? So have a light. I don't like gluing it to my gun because I like the offset. And I also like the fact that I'm gonna use this more often in utility, like what's under the hood, what's under my car, but besides using it tethered to a gun. You wouldn't wanna be doing that, like what's under my hood with your gun. Don't do that, don't be that guy. Another thing that I focus on is like the utility of what I'm wearing. When I was a global response staff officer for the CIA, I remember I had a team leader once tell me, hey Mike, don't wear flip-flops. And I'm not the flip-flop guy, I'm like the tire sandal guy, but I'm wearing them, and I'm like, man, why would I not be able to do that? Like I'm off duty. Well, Mike, you're always on duty. Huh, that's true. And if we have to react, respond, you can't do that barefoot in this country. You wouldn't be effective. You're right. My feet are super soft and it's super sensitive and I wouldn't want to mess them up. So yeah, you're right. So I'm always going to wear shoes. I actually consider that when I put my shoes on in the morning. Like, am I going to be somewhere where I might have to think about security? I'm with my family or with friends, then I'm going to use the appropriate shoe for me. In this case, I got Salomon's. They're utilitarian, they're light, they're airy, but they're not like hiking boots. They're also not like my cowboy boots. They're a little bit more functional in utility. I got Vertex pants, nice, cozy, and comfortable and stretchy like, because I need that because I'm a fat kid. I need that kind of stuff. I also have a leather belt. I always wear a full leather belt because I like the way the leather is in strength, and I could use it principally as a alternative tourniquet if I have to adapt, if I have to improvise. I have I don't even know who makes this shirt, but a lumberjack shirt, which fits into my environment, nice and cozy. And I have this vest. Protecting the core temperature of your chest is important. Reduces the chances of hypothermia, but also perfect in utility for getting to that pistol, right? And covering that printing that's going to be on the side of your body. Also, I wear a SIN Uniform 1 watch. I'm a big fan of German engineering, but also I like the Eris watch made by Matt Graham. The Eris watch and this watch are my favorite timepieces. For me, time is money. I pay attention to time, and I want something that's durable and reliable. I have my buddy's KIA bracelet, Ben Bittner, one of the best legends that I know in special operations, as a reminder. And then I have my hat, my Black Rifle coffee hat. Why? Man, look, I'm Asian, so I need like mousse in my hair, product in my hair to keep it nice, kneaded, and matted. I'm not doing that because I don't use product in my hair, but also the utility of shade. You'll never see me going anywhere without sunglasses that are polarized because I want eye protection for my eyes, done it my whole military career, and I also want the ability to see. So that's important for me. That utility and thinking about my sunglasses is just as important as your everyday carry. Yeah, your sunglasses potentially aren't going to save your life, but the overall idea, I stage all my equipment, I have it laid out, so when I'm putting it on my person every single morning, I'm building confidence and mindset and getting set up for my day. That is like making your bed. It's like the McRaven idea of you want to make your bed in the morning because you're accomplishing a task. Same thing here. I'm press checking my gun. It's good. I'm confident that when I go to that gun to save my life, it will save my life because I paid attention. That's all this is, guys. Pay attention to your everyday carry and your particular environment, and you'll be okay. Fieldcraftsurvival.com. Thanks to Black Rifle Coffee. I hope you enjoyed this pro tip. Until next time, stay alert, stay alive.